Welcome back to Air Guns and Air Power. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a blitz today. I am trying to let you guys see here. We have it apart, and I probably need to set the camera on a tripod or something. But anyway, the best thing to do is release all your air with this little screw here. First you take your stock off, of course. You release all your air. And then what you can do after your air is released, make sure there's no air in it. Take it off of safety, pull your trigger, and it will decock. Then you'll see the hammer has went ahead and released, and you can get to this little set screw inside of here and loosen it to adjust your hammer spring, which is back here behind this screw that I've already taken out of this back plate. This is the Generation 2 blitz, and inside there is the Allen once you loosen that other set screw. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to grab here, as I believe it is possibly a 2.5. No, a 2 for this set screw that is on the hammer. Once you let all the air out and pull your trigger, it will release this hammer, and you can release, then you can see this set screw in this little hole to back it out. Now let's see if I believe it is maybe a 4. If I don't think it'll fit in, it fits in there, but it won't reach. So what I have to do is remove this back plate. I use a very small pair of needle nose in these two holes here. I'm going to have to pull this where I can work with it. Oh yeah, there's also, before you guys go doing this, a set screw here. Before you can take this back plate off, there's a set screw right here. You have to loosen it also. Now this is how you adjust the hammer spring. Now hopefully I've done pulled that set screw all the way out of there accidentally. Now hopefully my number 4 will fit in here and reach. It won't, so I'm going to have to pull this back so I can get to the Allen inside of there. I'm going to go ahead and pull this spring out also. This is your spring, so I can feel exactly what's going on. It's really loose. I don't want to put a full turn on here. No, it's not. There it is. It's tight. I want to put a full turn on here. And that's all I'm doing. One full turn. And I can set my hammer spring back in here. And I have to push this hammer back in spot, back in place here. And to do that, the best way to do it is, well, hold on, I got this thing stuck. The best way to get it is pull the trigger. You have to pull the trigger to push this hammer spring up, to push the hammer up, I'm sorry. Once you turn your hammer spring and adjust it counterclockwise for more power, clockwise for less, Then you can tighten this set screw back up that holds that other Allen screw inside there set to whatever you set it to. Make sure it's a little snug. I don't want it moving. Now, put my back plate back in. This side goes towards the spring. This is the back side of it, where this little screw goes. And that little screw right here goes inside the spring. On the older generations, the Gen 1 blitzes does not have this screw in the back of this plate. So what I should do first is pull this spring back. Go ahead and do this, because this actually that screw has to sit inside of that spring. Hope you guys can see what's going on. And I will use that screw to go ahead and snug it up as much as I can. You want this back plate, this big screw, you want it flush with the back of the breech here. That's flush. Then I tighten my screw back down, which was a 2.5 for that back plate. Make sure it's a little tight. I want mine a little snug. I don't want to strip it or nothing. Alright. Now we can do this back. Turn the screw that lets the air out of the valve back in, so we can refill the rifle. Make sure it's not leaking. We'll put this plate back on here. It goes on here. Now if you pull this plate off, watch, make sure this shear don't come off with you, because if it does, there's a little pin that shoots up and you'll have to push it back down to put all this back. And that's upside down. Make sure you put it on the right way. Kind of hard to hold the camera and do this as well. There you go. And there's that little screw in there for the hammer. I tightened it. Let's put this back together. These screws are really tiny, guys. And a magnetic screwdriver is not helping me. Alright, we should be good to go. Cock it to fill it. And we'll put our stock back on, which you guys are actually setting on the stock. Everything looks good. Put it back on safe. And I will fill this and run it over a chronograph and see if my numbers changed. See if we got bigger numbers. This is a 5 Allen wrench 5 to take the stock off with one bolt underneath, by the way. That's how you adjust your hammer spring on your Blitz, the Generation 2. Ta-da! We'll get it over to chronograph as soon as I get a chance to. It's done got late here. So, you guys have a great night. Air Power is out.